So, Deuteronomy 3 and 4. Deuteronomy 4 is huge, huge, huge chapter. I mean, insane. Something that people need to get locked down is the difference between Horeb, okay, and Sinai. Horeb and Sinai. Horeb is the place you were standing. If you heard the voice of Jehovah in the midst of the fire, you got the Ten Commandments, which is the Holy Covenant. Sinai is that mountain you were not supposed to touch. Okay? They get cast out of Horeb, told to leave in Exodus 33. They were told to vacate because they did the golden calf in Exodus 32. Then they get heaped on themselves a bunch of laws that Ezekiel says are not good. You should not live in them. But they had to because they had transgressed his voice, his word. Okay, so there we go. So here we go. We are going to start off talking about those first laws, the first love. Moses gives us a little bit more history, and then we go into Deuteronomy 4. Here's Deuteronomy 3. Then we turned and went up the way to Bashan. Og, the king of Bashan, came out against us, he and all his people, to the battle of Edrei. And Jehovah said unto me, Fear not, I will deliver him, and all his people and his land unto thou. And thou shalt do unto him as thou didst unto Sihon, king of the Amorites, which dwell at Heshbon. So Jehovah, our God, delivered into our hands Og, the king of Bashan, and all his people. We smote him until none was left of him remaining. And we took all his cities at the time. That were not cities which we took not from them, 80 cities, all the region of Agrab, king of Og in Bashan. All these cities were fenced with high walls, gates, bars, beside the unwalled towns, great and many. And we utterly destroyed them, as we did to Sihon, king of Heshbon, utterly destroying the men and the women and the children of every city. But all the cattle and the spoil of the cities we took for a prey unto ourselves. And we took at that time out of the hand of the two kings of the Amorites the land on this side of the Jordan, from the river of Aaron to Mount Hermon, which Hermon and Sidonians call Siron, the Amorites call it Shinir. Susanna Martin, good morning, good morning. Which, Hermon and Sidon call Siron, the Amorites call it Shinir. And all the cities of the plain, Gilead and all of Bashan, into Salach and Edrei, and the cities of the kingdom of Og and Bashan. For only Og, king of Bashan, remained in the remnants of the giants. Behold, the bedstead was the bedstead of iron. In Ramoth, the children of Ammon, 9 cubits was the length thereof, and 4 cubits was the breadth thereof, after the cubit of a man. All right, so that's pretty big. That is pretty big. Jackie Lee, what's going on? Okay, I'm on verse 12. This is Deuteronomy 3, verse 12. And Deuteronomy 4 is super huge. It's important, guys, so stick with me. And this land which we possess at the time from Aor, which is by the river of Aaron, and half mountain of Gilead and the cities thereof, I gave unto the Reubenites and to the Gadites. And the rest of Gilead and the Bashan, being the kingdom of Og, I gave into the half tribe of Manasseh, and all the region of Argob, and which of Bashan, and called the land of the giants. Jair, son of Manasseh, took all the country of Agrabah into the coast of Geshuri and Machai, and called them after his own name, Bashan, Havoth, Jair, unto this day. And I gave Gilead into Machir. And unto the Reubenites I gave the Gadites, and I gave from Gilead, even unto the river of Aaron, half the valley and the border, even unto the river of Jabbok, which is the border of the children of Ammon, and the plain also, and Jordan, and the coast thereof, and from the Chinnereth, even to the sea and the plain, and even the salt sea, Ashtaroth, and the Pisgah eastward. And I commanded you, at that time, saying, Jehovah your God hath given you this land to possess it. Ye shall pass over armed before your brethren, the children of Israel, all that are meet for the war. But your wives and your little ones and your cattle, for I know that ye have much cattle, shall abide in your cities which I have given you, until Jehovah have given the rest of your brethren as well as unto you, until they possess the land which Jehovah your God has given them beyond the Jordan. And ye shall return every man his possession which I have given you. And I commanded Joshua at that time, saying, Thine eyes have seen all that the Lord your God had done unto the two kings, so shall Jehovah do unto all the kings, whether you pass it. Ye shall not fear them, for Jehovah your God, he shall fight for you. And I besought you, Jehovah, at that time, saying, O Lord God, thou hast begun to show thy servant thy greatness and thy mighty hand. For what God is there in heaven and earth that can do according to thy works and according to thy might? Nanny and BB, you're even here. All right, good morning, everybody. Yes, this is verse 25 and 25 in Deuteronomy chapter 3. I pray thee, let me go over and see the good land that is beyond the Jordan and the goodly mountain and Lebanon. And Jehovah was wroth with me for your sakes, and would not hear me. And Jehovah said unto me, let it suffice thee. Speak no more unto me of this matter. Get thee up to the top of Pisgah, lift thine eyes westward and northward and southward and eastward, and behold with thine eyes, and thou shalt not go over the river Jordan, but charge Joshua and encourage him and strengthen him, for he shall go over before his people. That is Joshua. Joshua. The name means Jehovah is salvation. And strengthen him, for he shall go before his people, and he shall cause them to inherit the land thou shalt see. So we abode in the valley against Beth Peor. Now therefore, now we're in chapter 4. Chapter 4. This is Deuteronomy chapter 4. All the marbles. Hey, Ashley, do you know in English that name should be Joshua? Why do they change all the names of the Lord? Why did they change, like I read out of the King James Bible? But the scribes have changed the name of Jehovah to capital Lord, capital Lord. All over this Bible it says, by his name, only by his name, by his name, only by his name. Everywhere. I mean, we will, if you read along with me, we will say it probably every day. We have to do something in his name, or remember his name, or proclaim his name, or publish his name. Yet they changed it 6,380 times or something like that. Rather odd. Now therefore hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and thy judgments, which I teach you, for them to do them, that ye may live and go and possess the land which Jehovah your God of your father giveth you. Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall you diminish aught from it, that ye may keep the commandments of Jehovah your God which I command you. Your eyes have seen what Jehovah did because of Baal Peor. For all the men that followed Baal Peor, Jehovah thy God hath destroyed them from among you. But ye did cleave unto Jehovah your God, and are alive every one of you this day. Behold, I have taught you the statutes and the judgments, even as Jehovah my God commanded me, that ye should do them in the land where ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them. For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all the statutes and say, surely this is a great nation. It is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there great who hath God so nigh, so close to him, so nigh unto him, as Jehovah our God is in all things that we call upon him for? What nation is there so great that has statutes and judgments so righteous as all the laws I set before you this day? Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, Keep thy soul diligent, lest you forget the things thy eyes have seen, lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life. But teach them to thy sons and thy sons' sons, especially the day that stoodeth before Jehovah thy God in Horeb. Stood before Jehovah thy God in Horeb. In Horeb. Then Jehovah said unto me, gather me the people, and I will make them hear my words, and make them fear me all the days they shall live upon the earth, that they may teach their children. That they may teach their children. What is the fifth commandment? Honor thy father and thy mother, right? Fifth commandment, honor thy father and thy mother. Because how would you honor them? If they just taught you his commandments, you would honor them by keeping them. Duh. And ye shall near stood under the mountain. Oh, and ye came near and stood under the mountain, and the mountain burned with fire in the midst of heaven with the darkness and the clouds and the thick darkness. And Jehovah spake unto you out of the midst of the fire, and ye heard the voice of the words, but saw no similitude, only ye heard a voice. And he declared unto you his covenant. And he declared unto you his covenant in Horeb. And he declared unto you his covenant, which he commanded you to perform, even the 10 commandments. And he wrote them upon 2 tablets of stone. And Jehovah commanded me at the time to teach you the statutes and the judgments, that ye may do them in the land, whither you go to possess it. Take ye for the good heed unto yourself, for he saw no manner of similitude on the day that the Lord, the day that Jehovah spoke unto you in Horeb out of the midst of the fire. Lest ye corrupt yourself and make you a graven image. Whoop, and what did they do? They went and did the golden calf. Oh, lest you corrupt yourselves and make a golden image in the similitude of any figure or likeness, male or female, likeness of any beast that is on earth, likeness of any winged fowl that flieth in the air. No graven images, folks. None. None. And the likeness of anything that creepeth on the ground, that is the likeness of any fish that is in the water beneath the earth, lest thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven, and whence thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the hosts of heaven, shouldest be driven to worship them and serve them, which Jehovah thy God divided unto all nations under the whole heaven. But Jehovah hath taken you and brought you forth out of the iron furnace, even out of Egypt, to be him a people of inheritance. A people of inheritance. So, what we're talking about here is he gives them the 10 commandments. And then he remembers, we know from Psalm 105, that he remembers when the water gushed out of the rock. He remembered his servant Abraham. That's Abrahamic covenant being renewed right here in Horeb. Furthermore, Jehovah was angry with me for your sakes, and I swear that I should not go over the Jordan, that I should not go unto the good land, which Jehovah thy God giveth thee for an inheritance. I must die in this land. Must not go over the Jordan, but ye shall go over and possess that good land. Take heed unto yourselves, lest ye forget the covenant. Take heed to yourselves, lest ye forget the covenant, Jehovah your God, which he made with you, and you make a graven image or a likeness of anything the Lord thy God hath forbidden thee. Don't do it, folks. For the Lord thy God is a consuming fire. For the Lord thy God is a consuming fire, an even jealous God. Do that, consuming fire and consuming or jealous word study. Thou shalt beget the children and the children, and ye shall have remained long in the land, and shall corrupt yourselves and make it. Okay, so here he is prophesying what they're going to do in the future. For the Lord your God is a consuming fire, even a jealous God. When thou shalt beget children and children's children, ye shall have remained long in the land, and have corrupted yourselves, and make a graven image or the likeness of anything, and shall do evil in the sight of Jehovah thy God, and provoke him to anger. I call heaven and earth to witness against you this day that ye shall utterly soon perish from off the land whereto ye go over the Jordan to possess it. Ye shall not prolong your days upon it, but shall utterly be destroyed. And this happens. 2 Kings 17. And Jehovah shall scatter you among all nations, scatter you among the nations. And ye shall be left few in number among the heathen, whither the Lord shall lead you. So you'll be scattered among the heathen. And there shall ye serve the gods and the work of men's hands. And there ye shall serve the God and the work of men's hands. And wood and stone which neither see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell. They're deaf, dumb, blind, and stupid. And if it hence thou shalt seek Jehovah thy God, and thou shalt find him. Okay, here's what you want to remember, guys. Right here. Remember this section. But if from hence thou seek Jehovah thy God, thou shalt find him. If you seek him with all thy heart and all thy soul. When thou art in tribulation, and all these things are come upon thee. Okay, so when tribulation starts and all this stuff comes upon thee, even in the latter days, if thou turn to thy God and shall be obedient unto his voice. What was his voice, folks? What we heard in the day of the assembly in Horeb from the midst of the fire, those 10 commandments. If you hear his voice. For the Lord thy God is a merciful God, and he will not forsake thee, neither destroy thee, nor forget thy covenant of thy fathers, which he sware unto them. He will not forget the covenant he made with Abraham. For ask now of the days that are past and were before thee, since the day that God created man upon earth. Ask from one side of heaven to the other, whether there hath been any such thing, and as this great thing is, or hath been heard like it. So, when tribulation comes, if you don't hear what I'm saying, okay, when I tell you the difference between the 10 commandments and the laws given after the transgression, and you throw all that out the window, just remember what I just said. If you become obedient to that voice, to those 10 commandments, even in tribulation, you can save yourself. If you reject everything I say, just remember that. Did ever a people hear the voice of God speaking out of the midst of the fire, and as thou hast heard, and live? Or hath God essayed and said, take them from nation and midst, from another nation, by temptations, by signs and by wonders and by war, and by a mighty hand that stretched out arm, and by great terrors, according to all that your God did for you in Egypt before your eyes? Unto thee it was shown that thou mightest know what Jehovah, he is God. There is no one else beside him. Jehovah is God. There is no one else beside him. Out of the heaven he made thee hear thy voice, and he might instruct thee. And upon the earth he showed thee the great fire. Thou heardest the words out of the midst of the fire. And because he loved thy fathers before he chose their seed after them, and he brought thee out of his sight with his mighty power out of Egypt, to drive out nations from before thee, greater and mightier than thou art, and to bring thee in and give thee their land for an inheritance. It is this day. And know therefore this day, and consider it in thine heart, and that Jehovah is God in heaven, above and beyond, and upon the earth and beneath, there is no one else. Thou shalt therefore keep his statutes, his commandments, which I command me this day, that I may go well with thee, and thy children, and after thee, and thou mayest prolong thy days upon earth, which Jehovah thy God giveth thee forever. Then Moses served 3 cities on this side of Jordan toward the sun rising, and the slayer might flee hither. Okay, so now he's talking about, there he goes back to talking about the cities of refuge right here. Okay. That the slayer might flee hither, which thou should kill his neighbors unawares. He hated him not in times past, that fleeing into one of these cities he may live, namely Bezar. Will in the wilderness, in the plain country, the Reubenites, and Ramoth and Gilead, and the Gadites, and Golan in Bashan, and the Manassites. And this is the law which Moses set before the children of Israel. These are the testimonies and the statutes and the judgments which Moses spake unto the children of Israel. And after they came forth out of Egypt, on this side of the Jordan, in the valley against Beth Peor, and in the land of Shion, king of the Amorites, who dwelt at Heshbon, whom Moses and the children of Israel smote after they were come forth out of Egypt. And they possessed this land, and the land of Og, king of Bashan, 2 kings of the Amorites, which were on the side of Jordan towards the sun rising. From Aor, which is by the bank of the river in Aron, and even unto Mount Sion, which is Hermon, and all the plains on this side of the Jordan eastward, even unto the sea of the plain, and in the spring of Pisgah. Right on. All right, BB, goodbye. Have a good day at school. All right, all right, all right.
Oh, bye-bye yourself. Go away.
Okay. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.